We'll begin the ceremonies by a posting of the colors, and if you would please remain standing for a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Color! Flag! Order! On! Center! Hey!
This is truly an exciting time as we see 76 people sitting on the stage ready to shed the title of police recruit and proudly and enthusiastically embrace the title of police officer. At each academy graduation, the academy class selects one representative from amongst them who will speak for them, who will share with you some of their experiences, who will help you feel the pride that these graduates feel today. This is commonly one of the most enjoyable parts of the ceremony as we get an inside look of what happened during this last training program. This class, the class 296, has selected to represent them police recruit Mitzi Pence.
Approximately 10 months ago, 3,700 people converged at Cashman Field in hopes of earning one of only 90 spots in the academy. First came the written and video performance tests. After these scores were averaged and the rankings complete, the top 200 went on to complete the background check, physical fitness test, psychological test, psychological interview, the polygraph, and the medical examination. Less than half of these 200 people would attend the academy in September. Ladies and gentlemen, the 76 people you see sitting before you today were among the top 2% of those 3,700 people that commenced the testing procedure back in March. We have representatives from various places throughout the United States to include California, New York, New Jersey, Ohio, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Florida. We range in age from 21 to 45, and we have mothers and fathers with 2, 3, and 4 children. We all came to this point in our lives through very different paths. Some of us were prior military, security guards, college students, construction workers, cadets, explorers, and police officers from other agencies. We all made personal sacrifices to be sitting on this stage today. Some gave up other careers, some left their families back home, and we all gave up a social life. We did this because we knew that with each step we took, we were that much closer to our dream. Little did we know, as Henry Kissinger said, that each success only buys an admission ticket to a more difficult problem. September 3rd, 1996, day one of the academy, a day that no Metro police officer, whether they've been on for 1 year or 30 years, will ever forget. For those of you who have never been through, heard about, nor seen what the academy is like, I want to give you a brief synopsis of what those first few weeks are like by throwing out various words and phrases that have become very near and dear to all of our hearts. Okay, people. Yesterday, I gave you 7 minutes to exit the building. It took you 7 minutes and 14 seconds. Everybody down! Not fast enough. Recover. Everybody down! You're going to do push-ups till your arms are as big as my legs. We can run all day if we have to. I hope you left your old job on good terms because you may have to go back there. Look me in the eye when I'm talking to you. "Are you going to quit? What exactly did you study for the test?" And the one we all dreaded hearing the most, "Come see me on first break." The good times came only after we were able to prove to the staff that we were dedicated to the academy, committed to excellence, and working together to achieve our goals. Included in these good times were some very funny moments, like the time TAC Officer Davis unknowingly caused recruit Shoemaker to pass out in an attempt to demonstrate the LVNR. Or during the first week, when none of the female recruits knew how to use the restroom facilities without completely removing their gun belts until given an informal class by TAC Officer Francis. Or during assertiveness training, when recruit Gramis requested that the suspect throw the rubber knife his way. The suspect did as he was instructed, at which time the knife took an unkindly bounce, and everyone watched as recruit Gramis's voice raised an octave and he dropped to his knees. There was also the first inspection where TAC Officer Francis thought the zip code to the manufacturing company was the serial number on the PR-24s and proceeded to hand out discipline for those who were unaware of this new theory. I'm still wondering how long it took for her to realize that all the PRs had the same serial number. As with any academy class, we experienced our share of losses along the way. In the beginning, we lost Lieutenant Gillespie to a prestigious position in SWAT. However, we were compensated for this loss when Lieutenant Anthony filled the void. We also lost several of our fellow recruits to injuries and various other reasons beyond our control. Our most difficult losses came when we had 2 recruits lose their fathers. It was a very difficult time for these recruits, as well as for their friends who cared about them. I'm sure those 2 fathers are here with us today, watching proudly as their sons accomplish their goals and enter a new phase in their lives. Through all these times, the good and the bad, we've grown together. And although we are about to part ways and may not see each other for a while, when we do see each other on the street, whether it's 5, 10, or 20 years down the line, we will always know we share one common special bond, and that is that we are all successful graduates of Academy Class 296. On several occasions, Sheriff Keller has said that a police officer needs only 2 things: a heart and a pair of ears. A heart to have compassion for those they serve, and a pair of ears enabling them to become good listeners. I'm proud to say that each member of this class has both a heart and a pair of ears, along with a few other important characteristics: commitment, dedication, courage, and integrity. As we complete this phase of our training, we want to recognize our academy staff: Lieutenant Anthony, newly promoted Lieutenant Joseph, TAC Officers Watley, Davis, Fasulo, Manzer, Francis, and Burns. These 8 people made the same personal sacrifices that each recruit made in order to make sure that all 76 of us were prepared to enter the streets. They put in many 10-hour days without compensation, held us to a high standard, and attempted to meet all of our needs, both personal and professional. On behalf of all the recruits, I want to say thank you. Thank you for setting the example, leading the way, and sending us off on the right foot. Before coming to an end, my classmates and I would like to wish Lieutenant Joseph the best of luck as he leaves the academy, and to let him know that we would all be privileged to work for him in the future. We would also like to take this time to honor a man who is ending his 7-year reign as a TAC officer. TAC Officer Davis has graduated over 820 recruits, molding each one into an outstanding Metro police officer. He displays tremendous passion and love for his job and is an inspiration for all who aspire to be a police officer. Tyrone Edwards once said that a person never improves unless they look to some standard or example higher or better than themselves. You, sir, have been that example for every new police officer that has walked across the stage in the last 7 years. Throughout this academy, you have been our friend, our adversary, our teacher, our leader, and our Buddha. We are extremely proud and honored to have been your last Academy class, and through our actions, we hope to make you just as proud to say the same in return.
Class, attention. Class, salute. Ready, 2. Class, be seated.
In closing, I'm borrowing a line from H. Jackson Brown Jr. to leave my classmates with this one last thought. There lives in each one of us a hero awaiting the call to action.
Well, Recruit Pence mentioned 2 Academy staff officers. Lieutenant Mark Joseph has served as an Academy staff officer now for 5 academies and has trained over 300 police officers. The facts that Recruit Pence mentioned has not missed us, has not missed the other members of the Academy staff. And if Lieutenant Joseph could please step forward. Marcus, with pride, and we thank you for what you've done. You're a man of inspiration, a man of integrity, and we've pinned those bars on you with pride, knowing that you'll serve the community well. Thank you very much. Recruit Pence also mentioned TAC officer Richie Davis. Now that was a clue. We call that in police work a clue. Richie has been a TAC officer for 7 years. I believe this is a new record. He has trained 14 police academies. Over 1,000 police recruits have grown under his tutelage. Richie Davis, as you can imagine, as you can sense from what Recruit Pence has said, at the beginning of every academy becomes a terror to every recruit. A terror because his standards that he has set are very high. That's why you see these recruits standing so proud today. Before the end of each and every academy, he changes from a terror to a Buddha. And that's because his heart shows through. So if Richie Davis could step forward. It is with huge pride, Richie, that the Academy staff, Sheriff Keller, and we in the organization thank you for what you've done. You're an admirable man, and we love you. Our keynote speaker today is the special agent in charge of the Las Vegas office of the FBI. Bobby Siller has been assigned to Las Vegas for just over 1 year, but in that period of time he has grown to be known by all law enforcement executives in this area as a man of integrity, as a man who speaks his voice, as a man who can be trusted to do the right thing. It's again with great pride that I introduce our keynote speaker, an admirable man, Bobby Siller.
Thank you. I'm under a great deal of pressure here. Judge Sheriff Keller put me in a position where I have to follow just an outstanding presentation by Officer Pence. And I just want to say that you haven't been on the streets 1 day, and I've been out there 24 years. And it just makes me feel wonderful to know that that's the future of where we're going. I'm very proud to come up here and follow you in your outstanding presentation. Let me begin by saying that I truly consider this a pleasure and my privilege to address this graduating class. This is a very special day for each of you, your families, your department, and your community. Today, you have earned the privilege to become a police officer. Today, you have been given the privilege of wearing your department's badge. Today, you have joined the proud ranks of thousands and thousands of other men and women across this nation who carry a similar badge and who have a sworn similar oath. and with whom you walk a common ground. Today, you, like them, have become a trusted public servant in the noblest sense of the word, who has pledged loyalty and service to your community and the enforcement of its laws. I would like to share with you why your badge, which you will be given today, is so special. First, with your badge comes an awesome responsibility. You have been given the power and the authority to make decisions each day which will lawfully interfere with and restrict a person's constitutional rights. You may and you will act to arrest, search persons in their homes, take them into custody, and even if necessary, and when appropriate, use deadly force. These are most serious actions. They involve freedoms that are sacred to every one of us. And yet, today, your community has given you your badge and told you that they trust your judgment and your discretion, and have bestowed upon each of you an awesome authority and power to exercise these duties. Another reason this badge is so special is that from this day forth, each of you will be held to the highest standard of personal conduct, not only by your department, but by those you serve. It is important that you possess a strong code of personal ethics and an abiding sense of fairness. Otherwise, those that rely upon you, the courts, your department, and the citizens you serve, will lose confidence and faith in your integrity. Once your integrity is lost, it can never be regained. Your community has told you today, by giving you your badge, that they find your character honorable and worthy of their trust. I would like to close by saying, on behalf of your brothers and sisters in the law enforcement community, congratulations to you, and I salute you for having made this personal commitment to a very noble profession. Wear your badge with honor and serve your community and your department in its highest tradition, so that one day, when you return your badge, it will shine as bright as it does today. To all of you, I wish you Godspeed and good luck in your careers. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of sharing this special occasion with you. Thank you.
Well, we're about there, about the time that we've all come here to enjoy. But before the presentation of the diplomas and the bestowment of the badges, we have two special presentations, one by Lieutenant Joseph, one by Lieutenant Anthony. Lieutenant Joseph will present a special leadership award to one of the members of the class, followed by which Lieutenant Anthony will make the presentation of the valedictorian award, after which Sheriff Keller and the Academy staff will present the diplomas and badges.
Good morning. Each of these recruits take on a leadership role just by being a member of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Throughout the 20 weeks of training, each recruit had the opportunity to be a formal leader, a class, or a platoon sergeant, and many taken the opportunity to be an informal leader within the class. All of these recruits will continue their leadership roles as officers working and living in our community, and many recruits would be deserving of recognition as a leader among leaders. However, the Academy class and staff have chosen one recruit to present the Leadership Award to. It was felt that this recruit was both a good formal and informal leader, possessing a high level of maturity, integrity, and good people skills. This recruit is originally from Utah, and in August of this year moved to Las Vegas, bringing to our community approximately 13 years of prior law enforcement experience. May I introduce to you Academy Class 296 Leadership Award recipient, Robert Stauffer.
Will the following individuals please stand? Misty Pence, Daniel Lyerly, John Wilson, Dwayne Cowley, Michael Giblin, Michelle Hines, Michael Hendricks. These 7 officers represent the top graduates of Academy Class 2 of 96. During the 20-week academy, over 630 hours of training were received. The students are graded in the following areas: weekly tests, midterm and final exams, firearms training, practical problems, defensive tactics, physical training. Academy Class 2 of 96 valedictorian graduates with an overall score of 94.69. The valedictorian for Class 2 of 96 is Misty Pence. And now to present the diplomas will be Sheriff Jerry Keller. Michael K. Beckler. Eric B. Benson. Charles D. Burgess. Dwayne D. Cowley. Officer Cowley's badge. Officer Cowley's badge will be presented by his father, Mike Cowley, Sergeant, Nevada Highway Patrol. Adrian B. Crandall. Sean P. Curd. Officer Curd's badge will be presented by his wife, Cynthia Curd, Corrections Officer, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Philip H. DePalma. Leon A. DeSimone. D. Brian DeLulo. Scott D. Dinger. Shally David Dowdy. Gary L. Fetterman, Jr. Don J. Fieselman. Officer Fieselman's badge will be presented by his sister, Sheila Hartung, Detective, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Michael R. Ford. David J. Freeman. Officer Freeman's badge will be presented by his father, Robert J. Freeman, Corrections Officer, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Marta N. Janetsky. Bruce S. Gentner. Officer Gentner's badge will be presented by his brother, George Gentner, police officer, Whittier, California Police Department. Michael W. Giblin. Brian Christopher Glitch. Jeffrey A. Goulet. Brian L. Grammis. Presenting Officer Grammis's badge will be his father, Jerry Grammis, retired police officer with 14 years, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Eric Robert Grimacy. Nicholas H. Gully, Jr. Officer Gully's badge will be presented by his father, Nick Gully Sr., retired Sergeant Major with 24 years, United States Army Military Police. Eric R. Hart. Jordan M. Harrison. Curtis E. Harrison. M. Todd Hendricks. Officer Hendricks' badge will be presented by his father, Lonnie Hendricks, Supervisor, Georgia Department of Corrections. Michelle R. Hines. Officer Hines' badge will be presented by her husband, John Hines, police officer, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Mark R. Henricks. Cheryl D. Hooten. Officer Hooten's badge will be presented by her husband, Kirk Hooten, police officer, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Adam Paul Hetner. Officer Hetner's badge will be presented by his brother, Hugh Hetner, military police officer, United States Army. Neil D. Hunter. Michael E. Jeffries. Joseph D. Jones. Officer Jones' badge will be presented by his father, Doug Jones, retired detective with 20 years, Suffolk County, New York Police Department. Kelly White Koseski. Brian K. Kuntz, Jr. Matthew M. Langenhorst. Robert F. Lawson. John A. Leone. Officer Leone's badge will be presented by his brother, Daniel Leone, Special Agent, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Las Vegas Field Office. Craig S. Lilienthal. Glenn R. Lowe. Daniel C.V. Lyerly. John C. Mahalik. Richard A. Mantolino. Officer Mantolino's badge will be presented by his father, Richard Mantolino, retired detective, 2nd grade with 23 years, New York City Police Department. Joel T. Martin. Michael P. Montel. Jason T. McCarthy. James Thomas Mitchell. Officer Mitchell's badge represented by his father, James Mitchell, retired detective lieutenant with 20 years, Highland, Indiana Police Department. Kevin G. Morris. David E. Newton. Michael J. Pagnotta. Misty L. Pence. Monty P. Porter. Troy E. Radke. Tim Riley. Deborah Brock. Matthew W. Sanford. William J. Schoen. Edwin P. Serrano. Edward Shoemaker. Paul R. Slanica. David J. Smith. Tracy Ann Smith. Officer Smith's badge will be presented by her father, Reeve Smith, retired detective lieutenant with 28 years, Dearborn Heights, Michigan Police Department. Aaron M. Stanton. Robert E. Stauffer. Thomas F. Stoll. Officer Stoll's badge will be presented by his son, Brian Stoll, Deputy Sheriff, Indian River County Sheriff's Department, Vero Beach, Florida. William C. Tafoya. Officer Tafoya's badge will be presented by his brother, Steve Tafoya, police officer, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Christopher Thomas Waller. David B. Wheatley. Charles S. Whitney. Officer Whitney's badge will be presented by his mother, Sherry Crawford, detective, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
I might add that that young officer's mother is a detective retiring with about 34 years of service this afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Clifford E. Wicks II. Christopher M. Williams. Officer Williams' badge represented by his wife, Linda Williams, police officer, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. William L. Wilson. John Allen Wilson. Michael Lawrence Wilson. Russell A. Wood.
Class, stand hut. Rise. Yeah. I guess we know who'll go through the next academy. Raise your right hand, please. I do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and the Constitution and government of the State of Nevada against all enemies, whether domestic or foreign, and that I will bear true faith, allegiance, and loyalty to the same, any ordinance, resolution, or law of any state notwithstanding, and that I will well and faithfully perform all the duties of the office of police officer on which I'm about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. Police officers of the Las Vegas Metropolitan